Huey Percy Newton was an African-American revolutionary and political activist who co-founded the Black Panther Party in 1966 alongside Bobby Seale. As the party's first leader, Newton played a critical role in shaping its ideology and activism, crafting the influential 10-point program, which outlined the party's demands for social justice, economic equality, and self-determination for Black communities in America. Under Newton's leadership, the Black Panther Party went beyond revolutionary rhetoric and engaged in direct community action. The organization established over 60 community support programs, later termed survival programs in 1971. These initiatives aimed to address the systematic neglect and oppression that Black communities faced. Among the most impactful programs were food banks, medical clinics, sickle cell anemia testing centers, legal aid services, housing cooperatives, clothing banks, prison busing for families of incarcerated individuals, and even independent ambulance service. The Free Breakfast for Children program became the party's most well-known initiative, feeding thousands of underprivileged children daily during the early 1970s and setting a precedent for modern school breakfast programs. Newton also helped establish the Black Panther Party's newspaper, which became one of the most widely distributed African-American publications in the country. The newspaper served as a platform to communicate the party's vision, expose racial injustices, and educate readers on issues affecting the Black community. While Newton's activism made him a prominent figure, it also put him at odds with law enforcement and the U.S. government, which targeted the Black Panther Party through COINTELPRO, an FBI program designed to undermine Black radical movements. In 1967, Newton was involved in a shootout that resulted in the death of police officer John Frey and injuries to himself and another officer. He was convicted of voluntary manslaughter in 1968 and sentenced to 2 to 15 years in prison. However, the conviction was overturned in 1970, and after 2 subsequent trials ended in hung juries, the charges were dropped. Newton was a deep thinker who sought to merge his revolutionary ideas with intellectual pursuits. He taught himself to read using Plato's Republic, which greatly influenced his political philosophy. He later earned a PhD in social philosophy from the University of California at Santa Cruz's History of Consciousness program in 1980, further solidifying his commitment to scholarship and activism. Despite his achievements, Newton's later years were marred with personal struggles, including battles with substance abuse. He faced allegations related to the deaths of Kathleen Smith and Betty Van Patter, although he was never convicted. On August 22, 1989, Newton was murdered in Oakland, California by Tyrone Robertson. Huey P. Newton's legacy remains profound. He championed the right to self-defense for Black Americans and sought to uplift marginalized communities through education, direct action, and grassroots organizing. His work with the Black Panther Party not only inspired movements for racial justice in America, but also influenced global struggles against oppression. Newton's vision for Black empowerment continues to resonate in contemporary activism, reminding future generations of the power of self-determination and collective resistance. To Mr. Huey P. Newton, we proudly stand on your shoulders. For more information, please visit my website at www.ontheshoulders1.com. There, you can support my OTSOG book series. You can also support me on Patreon at patreon.com/OTSOG. And you can also hit the super like button under this video. I love you all. Make sure you catch the next video coming up.